like to, on behalf of the All India Kisan Sabha, the CITU and the All India Agriculture Workers Union, thank the SFI JNU and all of you for always extending us such a generous cooperation in all our struggles. Thank you all. Friends, so why such a big number of people are coming? What is the manner in which this mobilization has taken place is something which I would like to share before you. Actually, from 2014 onwards, there have been incessant struggles that the Kisan Sabha, CITU and Agriculture Workers Union have launched against the policies implemented by the government. In 2014, lot of attractive promises were made by the BJP government that once the BJP is elected to power, there would be Achhe Din for all, the incomes of farmers would be doubled, farmers would be given a minimum support price for their crops at least 50% more than the cost of production, inputs at subsidized rates, agriculture workers would be given 200 days of employment under the Employment Guarantee Act and more wages. There would be credit at low interest rates, and there would be insurance for all farmers if the crop loss is there. बहुत हो गया महंगाई की मार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार. This was their slogan. बहुत हो गया महिला पर अत्याचार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार. सबका साथ सबका विकास. And for each one of you, the most attractive probably of the promises was that every year there would be 2 crore jobs for the youth of our country. What has happened of these promises? In 8 सालों में हर एक जो वादा नरेंद्र मोदी और भाजपा 2014 में किए थे, उन सभी वादों से वो पीछे हटे. 2014 में किसानों का आमदनी दुगना करने का बात था, पर इन 8 सालों में किसानों का आमदनी दुगना क्या, वो लगातार गिरते जा रही है, उत्पादन का खर्च बढ़ते जा रही है. ये स्थिति है और किसान कर्ज में डूबे हुए किसान खुदकुशी करने में मजबूर है. हमारे देश में इन 8 सालों में 1 लाख से अधिक किसान और खेत मजदूर खुदकुशी किए सरकारी आंकड़े के अनुसार. That is more than 1,12,000 farmers and agriculture workers in our country have been forced to commit suicide in the last 9 years of the Narendra Modi-led BJP government. This is the government figures. The figures are much more because this doesn't include Adivasi farmers. A lot of landless don't come under this. The sharecroppers don't come under this, and women who are in the forefront of agriculture, contributing a lot in agriculture, a large number of them, they don't feature in this list. So the numbers are much higher. But this 8 years also has another phenomena, that daily wage workers who are committing suicide. More than 2,40,000 daily wage workers in this period have committed suicide. In 8-9 साल में 2,40,000 से ज्यादा दिहाड़ी मजदूर खुदकुशी करने में मजबूर हुए हैं. ये दिहाड़ी मजदूर कौन है? वो भी आते हैं किसान खेत मजदूर के परिवार से, ग्रामीण इलाकों से पलायन करते हुए नगरों शहरों में जाके असंगठित क्षेत्र में रोजगार के खोज में वो आते हैं. वो भी खुदकुशी करने में मजबूर है. उसके अलावा जो बेरोजगार युवा खुदकुशी किए हैं, उनको भी अगर जोड़े, इन 8 सालों में सरकारी आंकड़ों के तहत लगभग 4 लाख लोग खुदकुशी करने में मजबूर हुए हैं. अराउंड 4 लाख people in these sections have committed suicide in India in this 8 to 9 years. I can challenge anyone across the globe, find one instance in any country where farmers, agriculture workers and daily wages have committed suicide at in such large numbers. Nowhere you can find that. There was talk about 2 crore jobs every year, but in 45 years the highest unemployment is during the Narendra Modi's regime. 45 साल में इतना बेरोजगारी कभी नहीं हुआ था। ये स्थिति है। फसलों का दाम 1.5 गुना दाम दिया जाएगा। अगर 100 रुपया खर्च हुआ तो 150 कम से कम न्यूनतम समर्थन मूल्य होगा और खरीद सुनिश्चित किया जाएगा। दैट इज द प्रॉमिस. What has happened? I would like to give you some examples that we have to hear from our farmers when we travel across the country. You might remember in 2017 in Mandsaur, 6 farmers were shot dead. We visited their houses. They were not holding red flags and out on the streets protesting. They were not members of the All India Kisan Sabha. Neither were they members of the Congress or other opposition parties. On their houses were still flags of the BJP. बीजेपी के झंडे उनके घरों में तब भी थे जब हम उनके घरों में गए. What was their crime? They were demanding remunerative price for their crop. What was their crop? Their crop was garlic. The cost of production, according to the farmers, was about 33 to 35 rupees per kg. The BJP government claimed it was 27 rupees per kg. Let us take the government's figures as correct. If it was 27 rupees, the farmers were getting in Neemach wholesale market 1 rupee at that time. From Neemach, I made a call to people in Bangalore and other urban areas, and I checked the rates in Reliance Fresh and such places, supermarkets. In Reliance Fresh, Ambani's Reliance Fresh, 1 kilo of garlic was being sold at 147 rupees. 1 rupee for our farmer who has spent 33 rupees to produce that, and 147 rupees for Adanis and Ambanis of our country. That is the kind of policies that is being implemented in our country. So it is against that these farmers are coming. I would like to bring to your notice now, just about 3 months back, this same Mandsaur, 1 kilo of garlic was fetching only 50 paisa, and farmers were dumping it into the river. That was the situation. So the unending quest of the corporate companies to maximize their profits at the expense of the farmers and the working class of our country. That is what we are seeing. You all must have noted recently how a farmer who is cultivating onion in Maharashtra traveled about 70 kilometers with 512 kgs which he sold, and he got a check of less than about 2 rupees 50 paisa, a check of 2 rupees 50 paisa. But is that what the consumers are paying in the market, or is it commensurate? The price that consumers are being forced to pay in the markets, is it even anywhere related to this price? And that is where Narendra Modi and BJP are telling सबका साथ सबका विकास and फसलों के लिए 1.5 गुना दाम दिया जाएगा. So this is a situation that we are witnessing. The potato farmers, they are suffering a lot in Bengal, in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar and other regions. They are not getting price. But usually paddy and wheat, this is relatively, there is greater procurement, at least in the North Indian regions, Punjab and Haryana. I am sure Comrade Vikas will speak at length about what is the real situation there. But I would like to mention about paddy also. 2040 is the minimum support price announced, and the price that farmers in Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, etc. get is ranging from 800 to 1200 at best. So per quintal, a farmer is losing about 1000 rupees at least because there is no procurement. I want to point to you a case of a former JNU student who was my contemporary here in the School of Languages, who is now cultivating 7 acres of land in Nevada. He was telling me, he is an educated person who worked in a corporate company before. He was telling me the paddy cultivated by him fetched 1200, whereas the MSP announced by the Narendra Modi government is 2040. If people here understand Tamil, our former General Secretary used to often say, "Seeni sakkare sittappa, eitle ezhudi nakkappa." That is, children are asking for sugar or sweets, and from the uncle, and the uncle just on a piece of paper writes sugar and gives it to them. It is something like that. The MSP, it is only notional. Unless there is procurement. That is why the struggle of the farmers, that there should be a legal guarantee. कानूनी गारंटी होना चाहिए न्यूनतम समर्थन मूल्य के लिए। इसीलिए यही कारण है कि किसान आज ये मांग सबसे एक अहम मांग होके आगे चल रहा है। And every section is affected. The working class their rights are being snatched. We all saw how from 2014 onwards. In 2014, if you look at the manifesto of the BJP, very interesting. If you look at the All India Kisan Sabha Charter of Demands and the BJP manifesto, except for land reforms, on every other thing there is wonderful promises made. But they are just like this uncle writing on the piece of paper, and that it has no meaning unless it is implemented, unless it is accruable to that the farmers can benefit from it. That is the situation we are facing. So from 2014, when the general trend was corporate media was with the government, has been with the government, remains with the government, and the campaign has been that this 56-inch leader cannot be defeated, is going to continue in power forever or something like that. But in 2014 December, they come with the land acquisition ordinance. Their manifesto said there would be no forcible land acquisition. There would be a scientific, mind you, BJP said there would be a scientific land use policy. But within 6 months, the land acquisition ordinance was brought. We said we will not accept this. We built a massive unity, issue-based unity. We called it an issue-based unity. We may not agree on different issues, but that land acquisition for corporate loot, corporate profiteering, we oppose. We are for land rights and forest rights. So on these two issues, we could unite more than 300 organizations, civil society groups, Adivasi, Dalit groups, agriculture, labor